Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Washington Commanders. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Washington defense. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they played in the first month. They have to be very proud of being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
To throw, it's Allen. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Shaw. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle is made at Washington's 22-yard line. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Over the middle, it's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You look at this Buffalo defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
An empty look offensively. Here's 3rd and 8.
Mustang 19, 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 Rattler, 18.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Fielded at the 20. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we'll put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Second and 10. Allen going to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second down and 6 now from the 26.
Let's go now. Liking 18.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Ready.
And now they'll shift things around.
Ready.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll give to Cook on the read option. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll try to pick it up himself. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they'll run the option to start the drive. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Here we go. Start. To throw is Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as he'll get this up across the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Up the middle, Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Off the play fake, Daniels. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely, what a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football right on the money.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Okay, break.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves. Let's go.
Now Daniels. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let him go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Well, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Bill.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On play action, Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. it's Shaw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shaw. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you've got to run fast. Of course, you've got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Over the middle, complete. It's Marshall. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Where's that? Half 85, half 85. Where's that?
They'll run with Cook. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Bills 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field in a lot. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 69 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
They're on 21-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Off play action. Allen. Allen going to run with it. And he completes it to Tompkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now Cook running right. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Round 80.
Allen now looks to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Allen to throw it. For Marshall, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
That's good for Bills. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Cook will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To the air, Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. From 4 yards out. And the Bills are back within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
21. Bills 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Man, I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 13 yards there at a Washington first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now is Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
But if appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Second and a couple.
Dragon 60. Ready. Ready.
Daniels looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 44 yards. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Allen. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. And that pick six, Charles, that moves it up now to a 3-touchdown advantage. A great individual defensive effort there to continue what has been a very lopsided first half.
And I better buckle in my seatbelt, right? Because you know, as a former DB, when I see a pick six, I'm up and jumping up and down watching it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be neutral, but those kind of plays, they excite me every time. They are in absolute control in this one. Nice play there.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
But one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
Easy cross midfield.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Daniels from the gun on third down. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, a run for Johnson. 97 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
To the air goes Daniels. Dumping it off for Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
First down.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Cougar 19.
Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Alert, alert, alert.
Throwing now is Allen. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Round 80. Go.
A handoff for Samuel. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
56, 56.
From the gun, it's Allen. Wide open, it's Marshall, complete. Look at the big fella go. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
42. Bills 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cavity Lions.
Looking to throw. Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Ready.
They go play action. Daniels. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing the game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Ready. Go.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Hawk 70. Hawk.
To throw is Daniels. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. And that hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders are able to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
He's got a man. That's Marshall. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play.
And the Bills first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
319! Alert, alert, alert!
To throw, it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Marshall.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Allen going to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
319! What's that?
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now Daniels. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
At the 9-yard line.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Daniels. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
319!
Allen. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. An audible here to get a new look. One final try here for Allen. He's got him in, complete. And he is going to have the Bills first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
To the air, Allen got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Buffalo.
319.
And again, it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Shaw. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. They'll give it to Samuel. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
First down.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now Allen. On the out route, this ball complete to Graham. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hurt. Ready.
Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, it's Samuel. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Here's Allen to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. It's caught outright by Graham. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. 23 yards the pickup there. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Allen now looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Shaw. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 more on that one and another first down. Looking to throw. Allen. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Commanders take over first down 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Come on. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Let go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
And they take a knee.
Ready? 70 Lions. Ready?
And they will take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Woo! Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not me. Who said